One of those highly anticipated forecasts, a holiday week. So what's in store, Mike?
Yeah, I'm very optimistic with the way things are trending. Are you traveling at all? Even if it's locally?
I am. I'm actually going to Hartford. I'll be in Connecticut as well to see my grandma.
Yes, me too.
Yeah.
We'll bother Ryan while we're down there.
So I'm keeping my eyes on the roads, making sure, or the storms rather, making sure that drive's going to be okay.
Yes, I've been doing the same thing, and I have great news. Before we get into that, though, let's start with some statistics. You know, my favorite thing. Precip so far this year, we're still running deficits in most spots except Bangor. So central Maine has actually seen a good bit of precip, especially like eastern parts of central Maine, Penobscot Bay, northern Washington County, northern Hancock counties. That area, I think, has done pretty well, and of course down east is included in that too. Augusta has nearly a 5-inch deficit, but I think that this is all going to change beginning Monday. We've got another round of rain on the way, but I don't think we're going to pick up a ton from that, so I'm not expecting those deficits to get wiped out or anything like that. Another question that I've been getting on social media, of course, is when do we get our first inch of snow? Normally, we get it at some point within the next week to 10 days. Caribou, of course, much earlier, November 8th, but Bangor, November 21st, November 23rd in Augusta, November 28th in Portland, and I don't think anyone's going to be surprised at this. The only spot that has actually gotten there has been Caribou. That was November 15th. 3 inches of snow actually fell as that warm front moved in. Pretty impressive snow band on radar, but you know, nothing that we're going to be talking about now, and I don't think it's going to be anything that we talk about this week coming up either. I've got great news on how this all has started to trend and change. Tonight, expecting increasing clouds across western Maine and northern New Hampshire. We've already got some clouds in York and Cumberland counties right now, with a couple of patches popping up on the mid-coast too. And this is going to be something that we have to watch tonight. The only impact that it's going to do is maybe keep things a little bit warmer, which I don't think people will be too upset about. Here's that increasing cloud cover overnight. Again, more clouds on the way for tomorrow morning. I think that there might be just a little bit of sun tomorrow morning, and then after that, pretty surely we will be locked in with overcast skies for most of the day. A handful of flurries are possible in the western mountains of Maine and the White Mountains in New Hampshire. I'm not too worried about that. I don't really think it's going to bring an impact, but either way, don't be shocked if you see some flurries in the high elevations, and maybe a couple of showers down east, especially along the coastline. Route 1 from Ellsworth to Machias to Lubec. There's maybe some showers that'll move through tomorrow morning. And then, of course, we start talking about Monday's storm system, which will be a bit more impressive. By 10 o'clock, we already start to see maybe some mixing at the onset of that storm system, but certainly the bigger story is going to be the rain, a very potent front here that moves through. With it, heavy showers expected at times on Monday. It's going to be windy out of the south, gusts between about 25 and 30 miles an hour for most, but down east, especially along the coastline, could see gusts to 40 miles an hour or maybe even a little bit higher. So a couple of isolated power outages possible. But we finally kicked this storm off to our east, and this has been the trend that we've been watching here. As the jet stream sets up, the storm itself is going to be dumping rain and snow on Nova Scotia, whereas we're just locked in cold air. Really not much else to talk about for Tuesday. It will be breezy on Tuesday too. Same idea Wednesday, reinforcing that colder air. But here's where things get even better. For Thanksgiving Day Thursday, we actually are looking at some sunshine. We'll be in between two systems. Here's Storm 1 bringing more rain to Nova Scotia, Storm 2 over the Midwest. So there could be a bit of a white Thanksgiving across northern sections of Wisconsin, mostly north of Madison and Green Bay. And this is the next storm system that will come in at some point on Friday. But take a look, Turkey Day, sunny, quiet. Big improvement over where we've been, and I think that travel on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday will all be good for us here across the Northeast. If you're going to the Midwest, though, especially if you're flying, keep an eye on those flights for Friday, given that storm that will be brewing out that way. Seas tomorrow 3 to 5 feet, southwest wind 15 to 20 knots. Water temperature still in the 50s. Small crafts in effect beginning 10 o'clock tomorrow evening. 7-day forecast for now. I've got 49 for a high on Monday with rain and some wind. Cold and breezy Wednesday, trending nicer Thursday with late clouds on Friday. Similar idea at the coastline. So your travel days, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, all looking good right now, Hannah. Our next storm system comes in Saturday, and depending on how that works out, we could be talking about rain or maybe that first inch of snow right on cue. Still a lot to figure out with that one. It's a week away.
Right.
But the bottom line is Thanksgiving week is shaping up to be cold, but decent.
For now, we're just all worried about getting to our destinations, and that looks just fine.
It looks great. So travel freely and don't stress about it at all.